moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready? Black 20. 53. Let's
go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Watch out.
Alert. Protein spill. Black, watch out.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Screen pass to Connor. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
First down, Steelers.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And some room to maneuver. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Check. Walk 54. Hey, let's get in that hole.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Mike's 54.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hey, orbit. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Go.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey.
After the sack on 1st down, Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
13.
2nd and 10 at the 6-yard line.
Smooth.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Middle. 36 to Mike. Time to go. Night. Mike, 8. 6. What's the run? They're running it. Watch tape. Delta. 6 to Mike. I got him.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. This is Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Two. Hey, high 7. Let's put that team on.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw again is Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from pressure. Gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Switzer on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. 33 yards that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Roethlisberger now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. This is caught. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
36. Check. Crunch. Slap.
Double. 46.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for first and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Roethlisberger now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Complete to Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it? Absolutely. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, convention. Football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here we go. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Silver.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for the Niners. 56 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Hey, let's get this.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. There's Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss.
Here we go.
I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Quick edge.
21. Here we go.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. That burst good for 20 and a first down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
In the backfield, standing alone on 2nd and goal is McKinnon. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? It's Coleman here. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Jim.
Hey, alert. Alert. Hey, Steve 6. Let's go.
They snap it at one. Now it's Roethlisberger. Safarian Jenkins has it. And down he'll go at the 25. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Watch 30. 36 to Mike. You.
Hey, exit.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game. Roethlisberger will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. And there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing just about on his own goal line. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 45-yard line.
On second down, it's Coleman. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Rip left.
Greystone, travel.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Jack 16.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as they are able to cut into that lead. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They will run again with Coleman. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. We own this.
To throw is Garoppolo. Shakes off the sack. Fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Switzer. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check 26.
Topper.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Check 31, check 31.
Take both of them.
Lucky. Watch the safety creep. Good. Jump.
Let's go. Mike,
Roethlisberger to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Right there, 54.
Hey, echo.
Hey, watch the slant.
Easy.
Watch the slant. Check 3. Kill.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
Well, I know it points